Naruto 635 viewer comments. Alright, as you know, James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano, died. A little short thing. The character he played, Tony Soprano, was this physically strong yet very vulnerable character. Okay? But he was also a horrible person to his family, all the people around him, yet deeply loved. Really complicated character. Very interesting. It was a series that I didn't really want to get into. Maybe season 4 I got into it, and it was actually pretty interesting. Anyway, everybody out there, anybody not a fan, we're going to move on to the Naruto right now. Okay, we're going to start off with the top 2 voted comments. Number 1 is from Janisorf. I think it would be stupid if he does die. I believe he's talking about Kakashi. He's a fan favorite, and for him to die in a dimension without seeing Minato and Naruto one last time would just be a bad ending to what is an amazing character. In all honesty, he deserves to die. Haha. I would hate it if he does, but he really has had a horrible life. The poor guy can't get a break. I hope that he survives, though. Even if it's for a little while, it will be a stupid move by Kishi to not let him see Minato, Sasuke, and Naruto one last time. I have to say, Kakashi 9 is, a lot of people, there's maybe, I don't know, 80% of the people really just love Jiraiya. He was an important character, but I wasn't that much. Kakashi, I guess I'm in the majority on the Kakashi thing. What an interesting character. And from what I understand from an interview that was done, Kakashi was kind of thrown in there, and he wasn't well defined, and then he just kind of emerged, So, yeah, that would be kind of crazy. I actually think that, well, and then there's so many different ways that I'm going to spend too much time on this because a lot of other people are going to mention it, but there's so many different ways you could come in. But anyway, with some kind of Kakashi Obito hybrid kind of thing, whatever. I mean, you could end it with some pretty crazy combinations with the Zetsu part of it. I mean, you really could. Well, anyway, so too many possibilities to get into at this time. I'll let some other people bring it up. I really like that, though, and that you bring that sentence about Kakashi, which is absolutely true. All right, moving on. Really do appreciate it. Conda Bob 9, number 2 voted this week. Kakashi, no, you can't die now. Not when there's a chance that Jiraiya-sama might come back to life and publish more novels. Oh, the bitter irony. All right, Conda Bob 9, bringing it as every week. This is true. All right, I really do appreciate everybody. Top 2 comments. Let's get rolling with the rest of them. This was a pretty good week, actually. Row Hood. I really liked the chapter, and it left some very ominous questions. I hope Kakashi doesn't die, because he's my favorite character. But at least hope it reigns that Obito isn't going to turn good and stay evil instead. I want Minato to see Obito, and Kakashi needs to see Sasuke. Hopefully the fact that Tsunade can be healed after being cut in half means that Kakashi can recover as well. Okay. Look, I'm just going to say what everybody's thinking out there. Kakashi specifically, okay, you know where I'm going with this, has been physically weak and had a low chakra pool. He just doesn't, okay. He's got some kind of a power-up, evidently, okay? But, and then the ability that he had when he was fighting the 7 swordsmen, because a lot of people said something about that. It just so happened that I was observant when I was reading that chapter, and there was a panel that said that the people that were healing him were also giving him chakra. So that explained the 7 swords deal there, okay? But otherwise, yeah, there's a lot of issues here with his specific problems. It means that he's powerful, he's a killer, right? Chidori and everything, but and extraordinarily smart. Kakashi's kind of like your Batman or your Spider-Man, okay? They're really physically not that durable, really, in comparison to the other, like heroes and villains and everything. They're just a lot smarter, okay? They have a lot of abilities, and they just have to be a lot smarter than the people they're going against. That's another thing that made Kakashi such an awesome character. Anyway, alright, moving on. There's going to be a lot of more Kakashi stuff, just warn you. Alright, let's do a little time check here. Let's see how we're doing. And we're doing awesome. Alright, really do appreciate your comments. Michael 19790. How about this? Obito survives because of his Zetsu body, but he also keeps Kakashi alive by giving him some Zetsu parts, mainly because he wants Kakashi to be under his control when his plan succeeds. This way, Kakashi will gain the ability to use wood element, and later he will have both Obito's eyes. Kakashi is hinting something like this earlier, with the Sharingan is strongest when both eyes are together. This is true, and Obito definitely has the power to use both eyes. And but like I said, with the Zetsu thing, they could still both be alive. It could be pretty crazy. What was it? The two brothers, one that was always sleeping, and they were merged together. They could break apart. I don't remember their names, but there's a lot of crazy stuff that can go on. So, but yes, awesome points. Really do appreciate that. And wow, I've read 4 comments, and they're all absolutely amazing so far. This is a great start. Okay, and I'm just gonna throw the okay. Your Bama mate dude. Okay, I'm probably not saying that right, but anyway, this chapter was amazing at the end. Yes, it was. Just Kill 0195, amazing chapter. Appreciate it. A lot of short ones here. DT Ninja 831. I totally agree with you. Minato needs to step in and do something. For real. It would bring closure to both characters regardless if they die or not. And that makes a lot of sense too. See, right now people are wanting Minato. It's interesting. I wonder if there's any Kishi actually has any feedback in it. But if he did, it would be probably in Japan. It wouldn't be. I'm pretty sure he's not reading anybody's forums in the United States or around the world. Like I say, it would probably be, if he is, which he probably isn't. So, alright, moving on. I really do appreciate DT831. And let's see, I've already read yours. Yours was top voted this week. Roger Gibbs. Sakura. Sasuke ain't good for her, and Naruto are blind by him, aka his intention. Sasuke is the second coming of Danzo, saying burn it down. A lot of people put that together too, that he is. He's the, he's going to be the Danzo character in this time period. So, yeah, he's definitely there. Look, he's going to be neutral or he's going to be evil. That's Sasuke. So, and I'm sure the evil's going to come out pretty quick. Appreciate the comments. All right, let's see. Pedro Gonzalez. No, that's not right. Pedro Goncalves. I'm horrible at pronouncing anyhow. Alright, and let's see. Kishi is being impossible to read. No way the Jubi can beat by 2 Hokages. Team 8, 7, and 100. No chance. We'll absorb the Kyuubi and Hachubi too. No doubt. Appreciate the comment. Lumpy Rocks. I never liked Ocharu much, but in recent chapters I'm actually starting to like him. I predict Kakashi will survive and Obito will die. Kakashi will be healed by Tsunade so he won't die. I feel Sai just got his big moment for the whole series. That's probably, I had to say, him and the conversation was it. The whole his just getting thrown into battle was pretty stupid, but his conversation that he had there was actually pretty good. Made a lot of sense. We got a little bit more out of the whole, questioning, the whole plan thing. But we've already covered that a whole bunch. So but and you're probably right. That was probably his big moment. I feel this was a chapter was for a long... I feel this was what his character was for all along. Excuse me. I'm loving that smile reference. Right, that was awesome because it was built on something that actually happened in the series. I'm in Naruto's side. I want the Bijous out of there. And at this point, anything could happen, and that both excites and scares me. Well, what's interesting is this is one of those unique circumstances where typically what happens is they either kill something, they do some horrendous thing, and then they find out afterward that wasn't the right idea. And if we didn't know what if we wouldn't have gone through the whole thing with the Bijous and found out their real character, because there was a lot of time spent on that to get us to see the Bijous as not just these mean, vicious, powerful entities, but to see that there's some kind of intellect, they're sentient, they're really beings that deserve some respect on that level. And so Naruto, and I didn't really speak of it in my review because the way it shifted, the choice. I mean, you could see a confrontation between Naruto, who's bonded so completely to the tailed beast, with the exception of one, that he wouldn't allow them to die. I mean, that could have been a point right there where he and Sasuke could have thrown down right there, because there's no way Naruto is going to let the tailed beast bite it. He's too connected to him. It's not going to happen. And but that moment is kind of past, because you can see they're not going to have really the ability to defeat it. Like I said, it's going to form. All the tailed beasts will end up. They'll be reformed. They'll come out as something else, which is probably actually part of the plan it was part of the plan that's created in the beginning, and then now they'll reach some other kind of obstacles that they have to overcome, which in their new forms will help them to do that. I'm kind of guessing on that, but anyway, that's what I think. Appreciate your comments. Okay, D2 Ninja 831. Sasuke is acting out of justice. He wants to change things so badly, he's blindly ignoring everything around him. No way is he going to destroy the Jubi himself. He's no sage. Without restraint, intelligence turns into arrogance. I see him trying to carry out Itachi's will, but his ambitions are corrupted and hatred. I could see it burning in his eyes. Burn it down, everything. Great review, and keep up the good work. Really do appreciate that. As always, D10NJ 831. Awesome job. Okay. Let's see, Justin Soda. I think Kakashi's going to die. Then Obito would carry out his body into the normal dimension and show everyone. Naruto will be shocked because his beloved teacher is dead before his eyes, and vows on his life that he won't let anyone else close to him die. This then creates a huge argument between Naruto and Sasuke, since Sasuke is willing to kill the Bijous and Naruto wants to save them. So then the battle diverges into more of a three-way, with the Alliance, Sasuke fighting on different sides. Like I say, I think the moment of actually there being... I think there wasn't... Let me put it this way. I don't think there was an actual legitimate moment to destroy, the Jubi. I don't think that was a real, actual thing that could happen like this. I think they had an opening, they did their damage, and it just, like I say, the Jubi said, okay, here's your flames that... remember, it's the same thing, basically, that Gaara did with the Sin. It's like, well, okay, I actually have the ability to create something and get your flames and get them the hell away from me. So like I said, that was a real opportunity. Anyway, really do appreciate your comments. Let's see. And the Thunder Powwow is basically reminding all of us that Otruf wants Sasuke's body, which is absolutely a fact. Alright. NW Order for life. I'm so glad Kishimoto is reinforcing that Sasuke is a dangerous element. He even goes so far as to show that Sakura knows deep down inside that all the problems of Sasuke won't just go away. I mean, she did kind of want to go kill him at one point. Biggest surprise for me is Naruto and Kuruma being able to pull out the bijou. Just think of the ritual it took to get them into the summoned statue in the first place. Ocharu has no diabolical plan. His time as a villain is long over. This chapter only confirmed what I already knew. Wow. I still think he's the main villain. Well, I still think he's a villain. And he may actually be the main villain, which is what I'm still sticking with, to be perfectly honest. But I have been wrong before, so we'll see. This is what's so fun about it, is that the possibilities are truly amazing. And let's see. Okay, and Conley Bob 9, I couldn't agree with you more about Karen. Okay, I'm not sure the rest of his comments. All the character development she seemed to have gone through after Dinosaur's death completely down the drain. She's such a dumbass and irritates me just by looking at her face. Two things about Karen, okay? Number one, I never saw much development with her. She turned, I mean, right, pretty much you heard this, and it's Karen, and we're going to go see her, and we're going to go meet her, and she, you know, she's in charge of one of Ocharu's hideouts, and she's got these abilities, and then you meet her, and she's Sasuke's, or Sasuke's her love interest, and she's, and then the Suigetsu competition for his attention. I never saw I just didn't see her developing. Okay, I think this is a character that could have been developed. Seemed pretty interesting to begin with, but not really. Also, I thought this was a really crummy character, but believe it or not, listen to what I'm about to say on this, is what is shown is that Karen, which is really what she's said in this chapter, revealed about herself. Even when she almost got killed, she enjoyed it. So, she's a masochist. That's basically what she said about herself. So, for her, the whole abuse thing with Sasuke is just a big turn on for her. That's because of who she is. Okay, her personality and that's just she's someone that would find somebody as bad as Sasuke, not as powerful, but as bad and evil as Sasuke, or worse, because that fulfills her needs. So I go, okay, that's her. So to me, I look back and all the stuff that's gone on, instead of just being stupid, she's actually pursuing things that are, you know, interesting and important to her. So, and now anybody wants to get into the whole how and why of that, I have no clue. So anyway, that seems to be Karen. All right, kind of going over on time. All right, and one more, and then we're going to go ahead and I'll go to part 2. NW Order for Life. Staying on subject here. Karen is really pathetic. This is not comedy Kishimoto. It is disgusting how a woman can be crazy about a guy that tried to kill her by impaling her in the chest. I really hope Ino stays away from Sasuke, because she's been the perfect Kenochi. Don't ruin her, Kishimoto. And as for my main man, Obito, I'm sure he is going to prevail in his conflict with Kakashi and get back to see what's going on with Sasuke and Naruto. Can't wait to see what Minato thinks of him. It just doesn't. Kakashi, his character is just gonna. It's like I say, it'll be the worst character in my opinion to kill. It'll have an effect. It'll be like mourning. Naruto fans will have mourning when he dies. I mean, people were upset about Jiraiya, but they said, well, he's a hero, he's a seinen, he's going on, it passes on and on. This, like people have already laid out, the pain, he hasn't, he's already died once, and the pain, but it makes so much more sense for him to die, and Obito to come back, and Obito to have the confrontation with his old sensei. That makes more sense. Okay? And then all the other reasons and things that are being shown, the trying to confront Naruto and saying, "Here's your dead sensei," and all. It just makes more sense on so many different levels. But of course, then they could all come back in one shape or form, and we'll see. Anything is possible. But there was a couple of other things I wanted to go. Oh, getting defensive about Ino, are we? But anyway, I already made my. You keep her away from Ino. And Ino's a character I wish a lot more would have been done with. But anyway. So, yeah. Alright, well anyway. And then I already said my piece on Karen, so that was pretty good. Alright, well, let's go ahead and... actually, let's go ahead and end this part. This is over 20 minutes. This is going to end part 1. Okay, I'm actually ending this part. Meet up again in part 2 when you're ready.